Robocop Rogue City. I don't know what I can say about the game other than if you are a fan of the old Robocop movies, I'm talking about 1 and 2, specifically number 1, which is still in my top 20 movies of all time. That movie is fantastic. Still holds up. Great film. Absolutely love it. And then I saw that this Robocop game was coming out, and I watched a couple people play it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's definitely a game that was made on a budget. But if you are a fan of Robocop, you're going to love this game. This game is actually really faithful to the source material. It's surprisingly fun considering how slow Robocop is. But that's why I add to the review that I've given this game, and I give this game like a 9 out of 10. I give it that on the bias that I have and that I love the movie. Like, if I didn't love RoboCop, I don't know how much I would have liked this game, and it's impossible for me to separate the two. It doesn't seem like I'm the only one that likes it, though. As you can see, the user score over here on Metacritic is actually pretty high, 9.0. A lot of people like this game, and I would think that they're probably all RoboCop fans. This company that made this game made another game called Terminator Resistance. Like this game, not a perfect game. But if you're a fan of the first 2 Terminator movies, Terminator 1 and 2, the only ones that matter, you'll probably like that game too. That game is actually pretty good. I think this game is better. They've definitely improved, but Terminator Resistance is actually a decent little game too. You can get that game cheap. And this game will be on sale as well, I would imagine, pretty soon, more than likely. But it's a good little game. However, there's a problem just in the name RoboCop alone. What is that? Well, he's a cop. Here are some interesting reviews, because as you see, this game got a 72 out of 100 over on Metacritic. Some people not liking it. Well, some of those reviews don't like it because RoboCop is, in fact, a cop. Here's a slant headline. RoboCop Rogue City review. As a cyborg cop stalks trouble, the thin blue line is celebrated. Means the game is celebrating police. Cop-ganda. Remember the meltdown media had over Spider-Man 1 because he worked with police? This is kind of the same thing, except this time not a lot of people are jumping on it because, let's be honest, this is a niche game. It's not going to be a major mainstream success, but people do like it, and I'm sure it's probably sold well enough because the game probably, I'm going to guess, didn't cost that much money to make. But look at this. 2.5 stars. Here's one of the things they bitch about in the final little piece, because there's a dialogue option to call the police a family. RoboCop says we are family at one point to the other police officers. Well, there's an option to say it. I do remember that. And apparently Slant didn't care for that. Then there's another one from Eurogamer. It means they're in Europe, yet they complain about American police during the article. RoboCop Rogue City review. Double a throwback? Too faithful for its own good? 3 out of 5. You're coming with me. It's too faithful for its own good. Why is that? Well, because modern policing. Because a game in the 80s, a game based on a property from the 80s, a cyberpunk 80s, is not faithful to the apparent problems of modern policing. Because of that, the game got a bad score. Let me read you a little bit from this. This was my favorite passage. Given how far licensed games have come since Arkham Asylum, Teon could have been more adventurous. The game's adherence to the structure and ideas of the original films also has some unfortunate ramifications. For example, the portrayal of Detroit PD as honest, hardworking, blue-collar workers struggling against budget constraints sits a lot less comfortably in 2023 when we know police budgets are vastly overinflated compared to other public sectors. And that issues like corruption and racism are endemic within policing in a way that has little to do with corporate ownership. No matter how much I disagree with what's stated there, what the fuck does that have to do with the police in the world of Robocop, where they literally do face budget constraints because OCP owns them and cuts their budget? God. And then they said, to be clear, I'm not saying Robocop should be saying ACAB, which means all cops are bastards, by the way. But then they go on to say how this game could have improved it. The game did fine. Modern journalism, ladies and gentlemen. They're gamers, just like you. Anyway, this is some goofy shit. I loved this game. I'm going to probably play it again. Probably not right now, but I will definitely play it again within the next year. I loved it. I had fun with it, unlike Eurogamer here, which was too mad about American policing to enjoy a game based on an 80s movie. But that's fine. Anyway, if you like Robocop, check this game out. If you don't, I would stay away from it. You're probably not going to like it because the game is too... Well, yeah, it is too faithful because that's why he walks slow. It's a slow-paced game. But that's who Robocop is. He's a big tank, but he's an unstoppable tank. So, anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please consider liking, sharing the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.